What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting the movement, which is AshSaidIt.com. Yes, 250,000 streams worldwide. I couldn't do it without you guys. I couldn't. So thank you. Thank you for all the downloads. You guys know I like to highlight the bomb diggity businesses all over, especially when they're local to the Atlanta market. I get a little bit more excited when these are people that I can reach out and touch. I've got pastry chef and CEO Jocelyn Gragg. Jocelyn, how are you?
I am so wonderful. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. I am stoked to talk to you.
What are Jardi Chocolates?
So Jardi Chocolates is a small chocolate and confections company located in beautiful Chamblee, Georgia. We do filled artisan truffles, some filled chocolate bars, some chocolate-covered nuts, and occasionally some marshmallows.
So where did the name come from?
So Jardi means garden in Catalan, which is the dialect of northeastern Spain. My husband and I went there on our honeymoon, and that was right when we were just in the beginning planning phase of making a company. And we hadn't thought of a name yet, and we were just blown away by how beautiful the country is, how natural everything was. And we had always toyed with the idea of being no preservatives, no artificial food dyes, no artificial anything. And we were just like, you know what, garden just kind of encapsulates that, and it's that mental image of manicured gardens and opening up a Tiffany's box, natural beauty.
You guys were out there, you got inspired, you came back. What was your next step?
Well, quitting my job was the first step. I had worked in restaurants my entire life, basically from the time that I was, legally allowed to work at 13 up until just about 3 years ago, and I was just exhausted by it. I loved every second of it, but I hated never being able to see my family. I hated never being able to see my then fiance, now husband. And I got tired of all of the work being put in to benefit someone else. I still love working hard, and I'm still putting in just as many hours now as I was then. But it's for me, and there's a certain amount of pride that comes with that, and there's a certain amount of selflessness that just automatically gets rolled into it when it's yours, and you want to do everything you can to build it.
You were already a pastry chef. Was it too much of a far stretch to just jump into chocolates?
It wasn't hard. There were definitely some differences, but I think on the whole they were very good changes. In restaurants, you're working usually nights, whereas Jardi, I started trying to work mornings and then realized that was just a terrible idea. I am not a morning person. So now I work like a 1 to 9, 1 to 10. So it's my natural opening time anyway, and it works better with my customers who will stop and come and see me on their way home from work. The other really nice change is kitchens are stereotypically hot places, and it's a cliche for a reason. They're always super warm, always super noisy and crowded. And a chocolate shop, one of the main reasons chocolate doesn't work really well in restaurants is because it is so warm, and chocolate is extremely temperamental. Yeah. So it's constantly AC in my chocolate shop, and it's a very nice change. Walking in, it's like, oh, it's 59 degrees in here. This is glorious.
Now, in addition to making these sweet confections, how did you all get involved with No Kid Hungry?
So that was actually through my husband. He is my soulmate, my best friend. He is a sommelier here in Atlanta. He works for Bounty Vintners, which is a wine import company based out of Long Island. He was asked to be a part for their No Kid Hungry Give Me 5 event for their as one of their sommeliers. Was asked to donate a silent auction item, or a live auction item, and we've started doing these chocolate classes, and we thought it'd be a really great opportunity for people to see what we're doing. The classes are a lot of fun. Basically, you come in and you get a behind-the-scenes tour of the chocolate shop because we're not open to the public, so the only way you get to see it is by invitation. And you get to make the chocolates you design, create, and conceptualize your own box of chocolates, and Jacob is on hand through the entire thing, pouring wine. And at the end of 3 hours, everyone is extremely happy and having a very good time and just eating and laughing and learning about chocolate.
What you're telling me is you guys have a whole, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory theme going on where you need the golden ticket to get in.
Exactly. But you don't need to battle hundreds of other people in your country. Realistically, the golden ticket is just texting me, hey, are you there? Could I stop by? Absolutely. Ring the doorbell.
With these chocolate making classes, are you opening it up to children as well?
Yes. We set the age limit tentatively at 12, with the asterisk you know your children.
Yeah.
You know, it is a professional environment. There are dangers in being in a professional setting. Bring them in. We ask, obviously, for adult supervision just to kind of keep things on hand.
Yeah.
Keep things in hand. But yeah, no, we've had a bunch of Girl Scout troops in and out talking about different entrepreneurial badges. And I was a Girl Scout growing up, so I've got a little soft spot in my heart for them.
Yeah.
And I think the youngest class that we've set up is 10-year-olds. But I've done really well.
And as we're going to holiday seasons, the Halloweens, the Thanksgiving, Christmas time is around the corner. What are some of the seasonal treats that some of your customers can look forward to?
Oh my goodness, this is my favorite time of year. So just some background knowledge on Jardi. We keep 16 flavors of chocolates on year-round and 4 filled bars all day, every day. And then around big holidays, we roll out seasonal stuff. So at the beginning of October, we'll show our classic candy bar flavors. And they are flavors that emulate a Milky Way, a York peppermint patty, a Reese's peanut butter cup, and an Almond Joy. And then they are being joined by a Cookies and Scream bar, which is painted to look like candy corn on the outside, but has a white chocolate and house-made cookie crumble filling. So it tastes like a cookies and cream ice cream. It's fantastic, and I'm really excited for those. And then November is going to have a little bit of the Halloween flavors, plus a few of our Christmas flavors. And those are Santa's cookie butter, eggnog, milk chocolate orange, and dark chocolate peppermint. And those are also joined by a candy cane bar. And we also, for anyone who wants to give the big splash or show off to a boss or a mother-in-law, we have gift baskets that we're going to be rolling out in December as well. And that's, you get a 12-piece box of our year-round flavors, a 4-piece box of the Christmas flavors, and 2 of our bars. And then you have the option to upgrade it and add a bottle of our vanilla extract as well. So we'll have those going on in December. Plus, October 1st is our anniversary. We've been in business for 2 years officially.
Ooh, congratulations.
Thank you. And we are celebrating that the following week at Taste of Chambly on October 7th.
Wow. So you guys have a full-on calendar. I love it.
Oh, yes. This is our busy season. So apart from all of our farmers markets, we also do pop-up events. I'm doing a pop-up event the week before Thanksgiving, I want to say. The date's not totally locked down at Sugar Brewing Company in Ponce City Market. If you haven't been there, you need to go. It's got the cutest stuff ever. And just the nicest ever associates there who can help you with anything you need to find. They're just fabulous.
I would say a lot of chocolatiers are out there, and a lot of people that are like chocoholics, and they're just loving different flavors and especially trying different types of chocolate. Have you guys jumped off into the realm of subscription boxes?
We do, actually. I'm so glad you asked. Yes, we've got one called our Garden Box, because Jardi means garden, and it is a monthly subscription box, and every month you get a 12-piece box of chocolates that sometimes is year-round flavors, but sometimes is special order stuff. I do a lot of custom orders. Just this weekend, I have a wedding, and the bride is getting a custom flavor made. So there's some of those flavors mixed in there. There's sometimes just flavors that I woke up thinking, wow, I really want to do something with guava, and just, hop in the shop and make some guava chocolates. So the Garden Box subscribers are usually the first people to taste new flavors, and are also the only people to taste custom flavors that I make for other people that I might not actually sell on our online store.
Cool. I mean, just, customer service with a smile, you guys. You're going to leave happy.
Oh, yes. We try really hard. Both my husband and I, we come from the hospitality industry. We really do appreciate that people can spend their money elsewhere, and we want to really just, every order that I send out to me is like a personal hug. And it's just like, I want to put as much emphasis on the fact that I really do appreciate that people are spending their hard-earned money on something that you eat. And we take that seriously, and we take it to heart. Every order that goes out has a hand-signed thank you note from myself or Jacob. All the boxes are hand-tied with a seasonally colored ribbon, so I have a lot of time. A lot of fun picking out different ribbon colors throughout the year. And we really love our customers. And I honestly think that I've got some of the best customers in the world. And we get a lot of repeat business, which to me is just the ultimate compliment. When people come back or they send us as a gift. Like, that is the highlight of my day.
While all is said and done, and you guys have jumped through hurdles to create this brand that is amazing and is breaking ground here in the Atlanta market and beyond, what advice would you offer to any up-and-comer that is in the food hospitality industry and perhaps they've not figured out exactly what they want to do, but they know that they want to do something different?
I think you should try and learn as much as you can and then fill a niche, fill a hole in the market. You know, when I left restaurants, I really wanted to get into chocolate. There wasn't anyone that I felt that I could learn from in the city doing what I wanted to do, which is to fill chocolate. No one was really doing that. After a while, you just kind of have to grapple with that little voice of self-doubt that says, you know, you still don't know enough, and say, you know what? Yes, I do, and I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to jump in, you know, full feet forward, straight into the deep end, and just go from there and try like hell to not sink. And I was lucky enough that I did that, and I've got a great support system, like I said, with Jacob and with my family and with his family. Like, everyone is very, very supportive, which is great, but also at the end of the day, it's still mine, and I took the risk, and I'm now reaping the rewards. So don't listen to the little voice of doubt too much.
That's right. I second that. Yes. Go with your heart. People are always going to have an opinion. Everyone's always got something to say. And you're like, shut up. I know what I'm doing.
Just listen to everyone, but don't take anyone's advice.
I love that. I love that. All right, Jocelyn. So what is next for Jardi? Can we get some insight on maybe something new that might be coming to the surface soon for Jardi Chocolates?
Yeah, so we're looking at rebranding a little bit. We're looking at getting into grocery markets. I can't name names yet, but we're hoping that a couple high-end places, hopefully if not by the end of this year, then by, you know, springtime of the next year. And that's a whole other realm of slightly more mass production. We do very small production here, you know, only a couple hundred pieces every day. And if we start getting into grocery business, then that's gonna ramp up a lot, and that's exciting. So that's kind of on the back burner and working in the background, and then just, you know, really enhancing the customer experience for both our retail customers and our wholesale customers. We've got some really great boutique retail partners around Atlanta that are super kind and carry our stuff and let their customers see us. And that's it's a big part of our business, and we focus on that a lot.
Jocelyn, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you guys and, of course, order some of those yummy chocolates for the holidays?
Absolutely. So the best way to get in contact with us is through our website, which is JARDIChocolates.com, JARDI Chocolates, plural.com. That is our online store. That is also the best way to get in touch with us. We've got a frequently asked questions page that hopefully will answer any shipping concerns that you have. And then it's also got a phone number. And, you know, our business phone, we have the option of having a landline or a cell phone, and we have a cell phone. So if you've got a dying question, text our business number. And usually either Jacob or I, you know, can get back to you as soon as possible. And like I said, the Halloween flavors are all your candy bar, classic candy bar flavors. So Milky Way, York Peppermint Patty, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and an Almond Joy. And those will hit the electronic shelves on October, the first week of October.
Before we get out of here, I want to talk about some of the flavors that you guys have available now, because some of these names are really just like wowzers. Like, where did you even come up with the concept to come up with, like, okay, Bad Wolf? Where did that come from? Were you just sitting around?
So, Bad Wolf is actually a nod to Doctor Who. My husband and I are a little bit of sci-fi nerds, and there is a character on Doctor Who developed the nickname Bad Wolf, and her name was Rose. So when we were talking about making a rose water flavor, Bad Wolf just kind of came to both of us, and people, you always know if people get it. They're like, oh, Bad Wolf, how cool. And then everyone else is like, oh, that's kind of an interesting one. So that's a little inside joke for all our fellow Whovians. And then some of our other really fun flavors right now, ginger guava is probably my favorite at the moment. This is really super beautiful, delicious guava caramel layered over a spicy milk chocolate ginger ganache. That's my go-to to snack on currently. And tahini and raspberry or sesame and raspberry is just, I love the outpouring of love that people have for it. It's sesame, which white sesame, so tahini taste, white chocolate ganache, layered with raspberry jam and a little bit of black sesame seed as well. And it's nutty and it's fruity and it's super different. And I really love that people have developed as much love for it as I do.
Gotcha. So would you say that you guys get a lot of your inspiration for these flavors from pop culture?
A little bit from pop culture, a little bit from just walking through the supermarket, and a lot from what other chefs in the area are doing, other chefs that I admire.
Right.
I'll see, and a lot of them are savory inspirations, like the tahini. Someone was making a sesame crusted fish somewhere. And I was like, there's like a sweet nuttiness there that would come through. And I think that most of our flavors, for the most part, kind of lean slightly more savory than sweet. Like we have a peanut caramel that's not very sweet at all. It's very nutty and subtle and rich. And our passion fruit is extremely tart and just full flavor bodied. We pushed that ganache a little bit and used a couple different types of sugars that we hadn't tried before, and it just gives it this really interesting mouthfeel without being overwhelmingly sweet, because passion fruit isn't a sweet fruit, and that's, at the core of what we do is the flavors are the reason we make it. The chocolate is just a canvas. So finding the best way to make those flavors show their best selves is what I do. So, the inspiration really comes from the flavors and the ingredients that we can get.
Awesome sauce, awesome. And do you try to source local ingredients?
Yes, whenever possible from other local small businesses. I am extremely lucky, and serendipity had a hand in picking our location, because when we found our warehouse space here in Chamblee, we found out that our next door neighbors are Georgia Grinders, and they are another small business, fabulous company, and they make the most delicious nut butters. So the joke of the cosmos is, there's a chocolate company next to the peanut butter company. But all of our nut butters come from them, and that's it's a 12-foot walk. You cannot get more local than the next driveway.
You can't, definitely.
And then, we're part of some really great farmers markets in town. We're part of community farmers markets, which is Grant Park. And then we also are in Marietta Square and Brookhaven. And there's some really great local, not necessarily local, but small farms. And, being able to talk to the farmers and get an insight on the fruit. So I can go to the farmer and say, what are the strawberries like? And they'll tell me straight up, they're a little bit tart this time of year. I'm like, great, that's what I want. I roast them to bring out the flavors. They don't need to be super ripe. And that's good for them, because they're able to sell strawberries that maybe they would not have been able to sell to the general public. And I know I am getting a product that I can respect, and I respect their growing practices, and I respect the work that they're putting in and the love that they have for their ingredients, which then translates to the love that I can give those ingredients.
Bam. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Jocelyn Gragg, thank you so much for coming through. I see much, much, much more success for you. And I see this brand going global. It's going to take over. The takeover's happening.
I love it.
So definitely keep us in mind and keep us in the loop with what's new with Jardi.
Absolutely.
We'll look forward to that. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting the movement, which is ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Thank you so much. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do.
Exactly.
Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. Because that's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, it's cool, it's fun, but real life is so much better. All right, until next time, you guys.